no matter what, nature and the earth, they're far too powerful for humans to really affect. If the earth feels it's under threat of existence, you sort of can believe that it will make damn sure humans don't let that happen. Now, whether nature will cause wars, which wipes out people, or pandemics, which can wipe out people. What I'm saying is the Earth can come up with quite a few ideas to eradicate millions, even billions of people, should it choose to, if it felt its existence was under threat.
Mm,
Because you can say this is a living earth. I mean, we're living beings of this earth, created from this earth,
mm,
and the earth itself is alive. So if we ever think we've got one up on this incredible planet, we
mm,
haven't. And I think that's a view I've often had, that no matter what we do, the earth will always correct itself one way or
mm,
another. Do you
mm.
remember going back, 20 years, about the ozone layer?
Yeah,
Remember, they were
I
saying there's
remember
this
that.
big
Yeah,
hole in the ozone layer. And that
yeah.
was quite interesting as well, because there was a big hole, which to my knowledge is now not there, or if it is, it's
Mm,
very small,
mm,
because action was taken. And that was basically some compounds called CFCs, which were found in refrigerators and freezers. Basically, the answer to a lot of it was not to just throw those away somewhere so that those chemicals can still affect the atmosphere, but to dispose of them properly. So you probably know even now, if you take to a rubbish tip, a fridge or a freezer, you've got to put it in a certain place. You shouldn't put it on its side because it can all leak out. And that action was very strongly taken around the world. And as I say, I believe the ozone layer is now largely repaired of the hole that was there. And it was critical because that hole, but basically the ozone layer, part of the atmosphere, stops us being fried by UV rays from the sun. So if that had gone on getting bigger and bigger, then there would have been severe consequences, you imagine. So
mm,
yeah, it sometimes we do have to act. We do have to say enough is already of what we're doing with fossil fuels. But as I
mm.
say, I think we put in a lot of the points of view that come into play here,
We
and
do.
probably we're both sitting on the fence still, aren't we?
Well,
Truth be told.
I am still seeing on the fence. However, I just thought about COVID being a very good case study for the Earth being able to repair itself. Because
Yeah.
during COVID, things started to not normalize, but things started to, the Earth, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but the Earth, in my opinion, started to rejuvenate its
Mm,
resources. It started to repair itself in a way. I saw a different Earth.
mm,
I saw a different planet. Um, Perhaps, like you said, the Earth has that ability to, replenish whatever, we've depleted in some form
mm.
or another. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, well, perhaps what we need is to give it a break. Uh,
As we
you know,
did in COVID, didn't we?
as we
As you
did in
say, we
COVID.
did that
Yeah,
in COVID.
you know,
Yeah.
or maybe it's the Earth forcing us, fighting back to say, right, listen,
Mm,
I need a rest. And if you're not going to give it to me, I'm going to have to take it by force. And
mm,
boom, you know, had to relax everything, reset. Because there was a reset to the whole, our whole way of life. And there
mm.
was a reset to it. And now I think we're trying to force it back to how it was because that's what we've known. To force it back to how it was because that's what we've known. We've known the
Mm.
hustle and bustle of everything. And so we're trying to get back there because after COVID, we had people were able to work from home and it gradually became a norm for some people till this day. And that's
Mm,
why we're having empty, our high streets are basically going empty. Um, and when you look at the big buildings, the big commercial buildings, they're starting to, half of the high street banks are disappearing. They're going online.
mm,
They've been forced to leave that way. Maybe that's the way forward for the earth. But then at what cost to humans? That's another thing, isn't it?
yeah.
At what cost to humans? Because humans want to be able to. So those infrastructures that we've painstakingly erected to
Mm,
cater for the things that we're enjoying are gradually disappearing, and we're thinking, right, because when the government spends billions of you know pounds or dollars, be whatever, around the world to commercialize or to commercialize the city center to accommodate for businesses, and the businesses are deciding to say, well, hang on a minute, I think we're going to do it differently. Those that money that's been spent still has to be recouped in
mm,
one way or the other. Because I walked around Bradford the other day. I can't remember what I was looking for, and I just thought I'm just going to take a walk around the city center. And most of the houses, not most of the houses, but most of the um, you know office complexes. I'm talking about skyscrapers and big buildings.
mm,
Now I'm being converted to living spaces because businesses
yeah.
just think, well, we're not going to come back to that. We're going to try to operate in a different way, and so it leaves the council with with a dilemma of what to do with these buildings, because
Yeah.
they're losing money from not getting the business rates and taxes and all that. So they think, right, we're going to convert it to live in apartments, and that's what they're doing. So the city center is gradually going from commercial centers to residential centers. It's
Mm.
strange. Yeah.
And
It
also,
just,
yeah, it's very
yeah,
true. Very
yeah.
true. Sorry, I interrupted you there. What were you
No, no,
carry
no.
on?